All right, welcome back. I'd like to further discuss a thing that's common with people that have interactions with narcissists, especially in the beginning stages, right? You encounter one and the discard. I'm talking about the discard phase at least. And the ruminating, the continuous thinking of the person, it almost seems unnatural. Like you can't get your mind off of them. Like you can't stop thinking about them. Like you'll deliberately try to distract yourself, but it always seems to bring you back around to them and to what they're doing, to why did it end that way, to why did you not see this coming, to whether or not this person did what they did to you intentionally, or was it an accident, was it all types of things. What are they really a good person deep down inside, or are they just troubled and went through a bad experience in their childhood? You try to find the humanistic side to a narcissist, right? And there's many questions that arise that you just won't have the answer for. None of it will make sense. The more you try to wrap your brain around it, the more confusing it gets, which causes you to think more and more about the narcissist. And some of you may even feel like it's an obsession, like you kind of lost your mind, right? Because you know how wrong they did you, and you shouldn't be really thinking about them, concerned about them, but yet and still you find yourself drifting off into deep thought about the narcissist, about what could have been, even where did it go wrong. Then you start assessing yourself. You start thinking about what you did, and then you start going into your past with other situations and relationships and stuff. And there's many different phases that this comes through. Some of you get to the point that you start thinking, is something wrong with you? And the narcissist can make you feel that way. And to be precise, that is what the narcissist initiates within dealing with someone. They get you to feel like you're the problem. See, as long as they make you feel like you're the problem, you'll look within. You won't look outside of yourself at the actual problem, which is the narcissist. Yeah, that's one of their hallmarks of getting the victim to, projecting onto the victim, at least, everything that they are, and then getting the victim to own up to all of the things that they have created and caused that victim to be. So a lot of you were groomed to be defensive. You were groomed to be, to be subservient to the narcissist, at least. And then after a while, because they projected all this stuff onto you, and they basically is brainwashing, programming you, you took on the identity of what they were trying to say that you are. And this is what makes you feel like you're the one at fault, or that you're the one that's flawed. And it plays into the whole ruminating at the end. As I tell a lot of my clients that do struggle with ruminating, you have to stop looking And this may be hard at the narcissist in a humanistic way, in a normal way. See, most of you try to rationalize and identify this whole spectrum of narcissism from a rational standpoint, from a normal viewpoint or perspective, based on who you are and who you may have interacted with before. And that's where you go extremely wrong. Because with something that is abnormal, with something that lacks the critical components of being a human being, which is a narcissist, they don't operate with the full, the full range of what a human operates with, a normal human being operates with. They operate in complete survival mode. They're more animalistic than anything than human, right? They're at the very lowest of the spectrum of evolution, whether it's spiritual or whatnot or mental. They're at a survival mode only. They're here to survive and gain, whatever it is that assists, helps, pleases them, so to speak, whatever benefits them. It's all about them. It's based on their survival. It's based on their needs only. They're not seeing that an important aspect of human relations is to be forthcoming and sharing and fair and all these things that you may have within you because you have a human nature. They do not have or possess a human nature. Therefore, the things that you would look at and say, well, I can't see why somebody would do that. I would never. And I hear people always say that. I wouldn't. I would. That's you. You're not disordered, right? If you're not disordered, you got to stop that. You have to stop saying I wouldn't or I don't see other people. That's the problem. And that's where you get thrown off the track into understanding this. It's not about you. It's about an individual who is not operating in a full human capacity. That's what we're talking about. And if you're not operating in a full human capacity, there's going to be a lot of things that are lacking and a lot of things that won't make sense to you if you're evolved into a full human range of operation. The narcissist is not there. Therefore, at the end, when you're sitting back trying to, wrap your head around why it went this way and that, and you're thinking on them and you can't make sense of why someone would mess up something good when everything was going good, but they still found a way to mess it up. Why couldn't they just stay on track? It's because they're lacking those components that would keep a normal individual, a normal human being on track. That's not where they are. That's not what they're about. That's not where they're at. And they're part of evolution. And so, if you can't understand that, and if it doesn't register at some point, you will constantly be trying to think and wonder and have an explanation of why this and why that when you were dealing with the narcissist. It's that simple. You have to look at them. They are defected, at least to a certain extent. They are. They're not like normal human beings. Therefore, you cannot approach or begin to think of them or understand them in a way from again, a humanistic perspective or approach if you're trying to get an understanding of this. It's going to leave you confused, which is going to make you think more and more about them. You just have to understand that. Anyway, if you want a one-on-one consultation, click the link in the description box. Just click shoot me an email. I'll get you information on how to go about doing that. And make sure to hit like, share the video. Till next time, have a good one.